please bring me more pain pills?
Another transitionless transition. Actually, technically there is a transition. It's just a really quick fade, but yeah, my scenes broke a couple weeks ago when I haven't like shorted up. Anyway, hi everyone. Hello. Hi, we're here. We're here with more Drums of the Empire, the D&D session drummed up by Ironmog. So over there is the DM. I'm Slappy Meats. It's my channel. I take care of the place. I keep it nice, nice enough. It smells good. I can assure you of that. It smells like strawberries. But also, I'm the Dhampir Rogue, Sile Dove, but you can call me Dove if you'd like. Joining me here is Lalaman, to my immediate screen right.
Greetings. I play one who leans, the mushroom folk cleric druid.
So much fucking healing. Mushrooms are good for you, it turns out.
Turns out.
Continuing clockwise, we have Salnika.
I play Philimy, the insufferably goody two-shoe paladin that also has fey elements to her personality, and will just as likely serve you the crumpets after a nice session as she will take all the attention of the big monster.
That was so incredibly close. Trying to get the screen to stay capturing the Foundry instance, it jumped to my Twitter tab.
Oh no!
Ouch!
Thankfully, it was still up on my tweet for this session, because otherwise that
Twitter
could have been
is
very
not
bad.
very safe.
My Twitter especially.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Oh my goodness. All right.
TOS scandal avoided.
Continuing the rotation, we got Moonlight Kitsune.
Greetings all. I play Yozora, the Warhawk.
There we go. Okay, fixed it. And the last of the players, we have Wineby.
Hello, I am Wither, the Tabaxi Hunter.
And that leaves us with only the fuzzy kitty bat remaining, the Moogle in charge of it all. We got Ironmoth. Yeah.
Hail, travelers. So yeah, you guys ready? Excited to see where we go from here after our last time where we had a nice little party, everybody just kind of vibed, chilled out, partied with the dwarves, celebrated the fact you'd saved the mine, you defeated the monster within. You'd even come back and told them that, hey, there's a hole down there in that pool. You may want to get that plugged, looked at, something. It was nice of you. So definitely there was a lot to celebrate. Definitely a lot of really good initial political meetings that went on. After all, the dwarves themselves have now volunteered themselves to assist the city in protecting the doors that lead to the way between realms, so that there are no issues of strange creatures trying to get into the city or adventurers entering the ways and being immediately consumed.
Yeah, that's a bad way to go.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. The delegates were pretty receptive to it. After all, they didn't get eaten right away. They were escorted by dwarves, so they were pretty down with it. But after everybody had a nice, enjoying filling of the Celestial Dwarves' very specific brand of ale, you were able to just relax, take a nice long rest, kick back, and wake up the next morning, delegation ready to go. You guys headed out.
Oh, enjoy the filling, all right.
And now we ended on a literal cliffhanger.
A literal cliffhanger. Now, you've been given instructions and a kind of like some maps, some directions from the dwarves on where they believe the door you're looking for is and where you should head. And with those in hand, you took off, and there were these wide open fields, just these massive arid plains you'd come across that, knowing where to go, you were able to just kind of beeline for the right direction. However, as you were doing so, one of the last few areas that you had to move through, one of the edges of this area was a little bit different. compared to all the others. This, it seemed as if it were either being eroded or just hadn't manifested completely. It's hard to tell, and honestly, at the end of it all, it leads to the same kind of situation. The situation we find ourselves in now.
It's full of stars.
It is full of stars, that is true.
Billions and billions of stars.
So as the group of you had kind of forged ahead and been making your way towards this area where the path to the door should be located, you'd notice, of course, this over here to the side, and hadn't really thought much of it, hadn't seemed like it was much of a big deal. Then one of the carriages got a little bit close, and it seems that the heavier weight of the carriage is a little bit too much for whatever manifests the ground here, whatever makes the material in this plane. And so the carriage, you guys noticed as its wheels kind of dipped into the ground a little bit, and it started to shift and slide this direction towards this gap where Wither and Philemede on top of Boan here find themselves. So they're a little bit between giant carriage and, you know, Oblivion. The rest of you are kind of watching as it slides a little bit. So we'd called for initiative so that we can hammer this out, save the carriage, hopefully, obviously, and do it in a kind of concise. Hey, look at that! You even did it without me having to have prompt you. What a homie! But it's fairly concise, quick encounter. At least I hope it will be.
It's like I played the game before or something.
All right. Now, there's no enemies, there's no monster threatening you, but we'll be moving in initiative order. You can obviously table talk all you want, plan things out, come up with ideas, how you think you will be able to, your goal, obviously, save the carriage, because you want to save all the supplies that are within it, all the gifts that have been brought for, well, potential gifts, I suppose, for the citizens of Yome when you get there. So that you can, you know, make a nice first impression by handing off some gifts. And, you know, because, I mean, it's expensive. You don't want to just let it fall off into the infinite void.
Well, that does raise a question. Is there, besides the stuff you just mentioned, is there anybody in this particular carriage?
Now, the carriages are usually, the tokens aren't there or anything, but they are manned. There's somebody driving them, and they do have animals that are powering them, that are carrying them along. There's just no tokens for them because there's already enough tokens that, you know, we gotta figure out where to cut corners somewhere.
I'm imagining.
But are there any diplomats, though? Is what I think you're trying to get at, Yozora.
But yeah, no. But by all means, yes, you won't just be saving material goods. You would likely also be saving lives. There are, of course, you know, some of them have anybody who's like off duty. Maybe there's Night Watch from Batcat's City Watch group. Maybe anybody who, you know, works or watches during the night. Maybe they're resting in the carriages while we're traveling, kind of stuff. But yeah, so material goods, lives are at stake. So
okay, I just had to double check that. 'Cause like, okay, there's nothing here. What am I dealing with?
No, absolutely. It was a very good question to ask. What's up?
Let me show you something.
Go on.
That's my dice tray. What am I gonna do? I guess it's physical dice for me tonight.
How is your browser so broken?
Let me try Firefox.
Yeah, try another browser. Maybe Edge.
No, thank you. I edge
Wrong
enough
kind
as
of
it
edge.
is.
Wrong kind of Edge.
I don't want to be elitist, but if you have to use Edge, something went deeply wrong.
Mine's working fine.
You're right. Like
I didn't fucking ask.
I've had no one else encounter this, and I've been trying to look out for it to see what's up.
Yeah, it's what, 3 times with me now? Twice.
Yeah, I
Last
have
time it
no
was fine.
idea why it's broken for you.
Last time it was slow, like
At all.
So it was unresponsive. Like I couldn't roll before. Then it was slow but somewhat responsive, and now it's just gone.
Maybe
Okay.
maybe it's a cookies or
This looks
cash
good.
thing.
Ooh,
I love
maybe.
cookies and cash.
God damn it.
You
Okay.
do run quite a few games.
Firefox
Could
is good.
it be a conflict?
I mean, who knows? Maybe, but I don't think so. Because, like you said, I do run so many games. It
Yeah.
should be happening to other people, if that's
No.
possible.
Firefox
Yeah,
is
but
fine.
I meant mostly to
Oh,
for Slappy.
Slappy. Oh,
Could it be a conflict between this add-on and another add-on you might be running for a different game?
When I run the game, I use the app itself, not the browser.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're, for all intents and purposes, they're completely divorced from each other.
Yeah. Interesting.
This
Yeah.
works.
Is it-
Firefox is good.
Okay.
Hooray!
Let me test. Roll a horny. No, it's broken. I'm sorry. It's only 5.
It's
It's not, that can't be right.
Okay, let's get
It,
to it.
it depends on how you look at it.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, you did just get satisfied.
It's true. We came to the conclusion that I wrote a literal cumpire.
All right, so let's get to it. We'll start off with Wither. We'll see what you come up with. Now, we won't stick as strict as we might to the action economy for like actual combat. We'll probably play a little bit more loosely with it. This is just to keep ideas and like intensity kind of up, so that you know while you're doing these things, like time is moving slower than we're like just letting you guys stand around. But it is still a tense situation. But yeah, we'll start with Wither. As you kind of turn around, you I think you were the one who I think noticed, didn't you? That the
Yeah, I know I had a pretty good perception check on it too.
I think it was like a 19 or a 20 or something. But
Yeah.
you have noticed that it is shifted into the ground. You can see where the wheels are kind of like stuck in the rock, where it looks almost like they're like mud, but it's still rock. It's just so it's very strange looking in general that way, and it is sliding towards you.
Now
So
it's actually is it like moving forward or just like straight sideways?
So it was already moving forward because it wanted to go down here. So when it gets caught, it's still moving forward and then is also jerking sideways.
Okay.
Do you have super
so,
intense music for this scenario?
I have an interesting thought. I've got plenty of rope. So what I was thinking was, I was going to, when you said the action economy didn't matter, it kind of lessened it. But I was thinking about using a certain skill I have yet to use in this, called feline agility.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. That will definitely still help you out. It's going to allow you to get so much more done. You're going to be moving very fast.
Yep. So what I was going to do, and it might, I don't know, it might actually require an athletics check actually as well.
By all
Because
means, what are you trying to do? What would you like to do?
what I was thinking of doing was I was going to slide under the carriage with the rope tied to Bohan, right? I think.
Yeah, that's right.
And slide under and
Go on.
jump back over to get to have it kind of connect underneath and above and tie it onto Bohan.
Oh, I do like that. That's a pretty cool idea.
I did have an idea. If we need to buy time to prepare stuff like that, I have Entangle prepared, and I'm thinking it could help stop the movement of the cart.
Oh, I like that idea too. Okay.
It might be better than my idea of plunging daggers beside the tires and hopefully stopping
Good
it.
God.
Pushing
And they
daggers
don't
into the
mind-
driver.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure how much I like the entire idea of Entangle because the idea is to get them out of there. Entangle might impede getting them out of that
But
spot.
this would be purely to buy time.
Yeah, we'll see. I do already have a bit of an idea,
Okay.
which Wither's actions so far only help.
Okay. So, what do I need to do
Oh,
then?
7.
For what
All
I
right.
suggested.
So you want to take the rope you've got, you want to attach it to, like, Bowen has like a full harness and saddle and all that, right?
Yeah, that should be about right.
Okay, then yeah. So hook it into the harness at some point somewhere so that it's, attached and, not going to hurt Bowen in any way. But yeah, so attaching it there and then getting under the carriage and then climbing back up is probably going to take a couple of turns, but you can absolutely tie it off, get under the carriage, and then start climbing on it.
Even with the feline agility?
Yeah, because it's just, at that point, it's not a matter of, like, movement. It's a matter of taking the time to tie the knot. It's a matter of lining up the slide, and a matter of then also getting back over. Like, you definitely have the movement if you wanted to just slide, climb, jump, run back, but you're going to be doing other things as well. It's going to be taking some of your time.
Can we sort of teamwork this?
Now, there's an idea. How would you like to teamwork this? What are you thinking?
Well, I was thinking of doing something quite similar, but not tying it to Bowen, but essentially tying a rope to the back of the cart to a hitching point, and tying the other end simply to.
Okay, because my
Right here.
initial idea for my turn
cart
was
behind it.
to. My initial idea for my turn was to have one shoulder tackle the cart to sort of shift it out of its current position.
Oh, God.
But yeah, but like Felony could intercept the rope and just help tie it more securely to Bohan while Wither go on to get a little advance on his own idea, and
Maybe hand it off to hand off the rope to Phalemy and then do that, maybe?
yeah, like throw one hand to Felony and she'd start tying it around to Bohan as she leads the shoulder charge, as she leads Bohan into the shoulder charge.
Okay, hold on to that. Go ahead, Yozora.
Just a quick question. This is on thaumaturgy. I'm just trying to remember stuff because my browser decided to bork on me too. Computer issue. I'm working on it.
It's just me.
If my memory serves, I can use thaumaturgy to tie knots and things, right?
Think of prestidigitation, maybe?
Prestidigitation. Yes, I'm on the wrong freaking spell in my head. Sorry, prestidigitation.
I mean, thaumaturgy is just a different kind of prestidigitation at this point.
But yeah, with prestidigitation, you could probably tie a knot.
Yeah, wouldn't that allow us to skip any of the checks with that? Just snap my finger, we have a knot there.
Yeah, it would give you a very standard knot.
Oh, I don't think fancy's going to be all that necessary. Just knots so it doesn't come undone.
But yeah, no, by all means. All right, so
Which would help because if I've noticed this, I can just get the rope into position around Bohan and just let Yozora take care of the knots.
Even then.
all right, so with that in mind, what you can do absolutely to give yourself a little bit more time, so you can get a little bit more footwork in and cover a little bit more ground. You can absolutely hand over the rope, one end of it at least, to Philomene, and then trust Philomene to do whatever, secure the rope, tie the rope, whatever, and then you can go off running with it, slide under, climb up and over, and then so after you're up and over, what was your plan after that?
I was going to hand the other part of the rope to Phalemy. I could hand the other part of the rope over and have it tied as well.
Okay.
Kind of add a little bit more power to get it to pull it, have it pull through.
It's basically a big, just a rope sling.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
I'm
is
back.
for you.
I got my browser refixed. Sorry.
Just lassoing the cart.
Yep. So just kind of have it get brute force pulled through, so that we're not like stuck on the side of where we're intending to go, so to speak.
Absolutely. All right, so that is absolutely a thing that I think we'll be able to do, no problem. So you can hand the rope over, go taking off, do a slide under. For that, absolutely do like a athletics or acrobatics check, whichever one of the two you want to do. We'll see how good your slide is, and then from there we'll see what else you get done. But right now you're looking pretty good. You should have more than enough time, and clearly your movement speed's going to be no problem. Because you've got that feline agility, you've got the zoomies right now. You're getting ready to haul some ass, go under, climb over, and then hand the rope back. So we'll see how well you do on that slide. So by all means.
There is my athletics check.
All right, 14 is pretty good. That's going to absolutely allow you to find a clear space between all the wheels and all the undercarriage and all that, where you can slide underneath. You'll get over on the other side. So you'd be about there-ish, where you can start climbing up the side with the rest of the rope still in hand. Get on top, and then you want to like jump down and run back over and hand over the rest of the rope. Make a second athletics check. Let's see how well you climb and then jump off. Nice. Nicely done.
Being graceful today.
Yeah, you're nailing it. So you scramble up the side. You're very careful not to knock any of the gifts or any of the supplies or anything that's currently off. The driver is like yelling but surprised and seems hopeful and excited that you're helping out. You can see the delegates in the back who are looking now with like great concern as they're catching on that something is not right. You get up the side, climb over the roof, rope still in hand, leap down. You find your feet immediately, run over to Philomene. You were able to pass off the rest of that rope.
All right, and then so that still leaves me with. I don't know if that.
Well, what else did you want to try and do? We'll see if you have enough time left, or if that might be something you have to wait for next round.
Because I don't want to start trying to pull immediately, because it's probably not necessarily. That might be all I can really do right now, to be honest. Unless I want to try and do the second knot myself.
Okay. Well then, what we'll do is we'll call that good for you for right now. You've used up a lot of your time. You've made it. You have kind of started off this sling. And you can see Philomene, who is now working with the rope, trying to help secure it so it's in place, while also executing, I believe, on the plan that she might have had. So we'll see what Dove has to do. What do you got, Dove?
Dove will see this starting to slip and will, with a calm, almost offensively casual, but perhaps power walk step.
Oh, power walk.
just a brisk walk, brisk step to the rear of the cart as it is slipping.
Absolutely.
Huh. Pull a rope from his pack and tie it around whatever hitching point is on
Absolutely,
the rear
like
of the cart.
somewhere on like the back, like a hitching area somewhere.
Take a few steps over to the cart behind and the other end to this this yoke.
Absolutely. The driver of the carriage behind like sees what you're doing and immediately gets the idea
Come here.
and
Give me
will
this.
kind of like call the animals so that they stop so that they can try to start backing up, or I guess they'll probably head this direction to try and pull the carriage back. Yeah, you know, the backup siren going on.
I imagine the drivers just like sort of just initially as the car was slipping down off the cliff. I imagine him just having just a ditto face, just the
Yep,
flat, just
it's very well
going,
way to put it. Yeah.
helplessly just drifting off. But this one's taking action. He's got his shit together. All right, that's pretty much it.
All right. Yeah.
I'm just gonna step back and watch the rest. I'm not
I'll
strong.
take care of you for that. And then Philomene. All right. So you've been handed off this rope twice, I guess, by Wither. What are you doing? What do you want to try and do?
All
See
right.
what you got time for.
As I finish tying up the rope ended by Wither, I also guide Bond to giving a very mild shoulder charge onto the side of the cart. The whole idea being not to rock it or tip it to the side, but just to sort of knock it a little bit out of the hole it's dug itself into, and then have Bond keep pushing it to the side with the shoulders to try to get it to more stable ground.
All right. So as you secure the rope, let's see what happens. I need Boan to make me a dexterity saving throw. As it seems the ground beneath even Boan is now starting to be a little less immaterial.
What saving throw?
A dexterity saving throw.
Damn it, that's an ability check.
The dice don't like us tonight, apparently.
Seems
Yeah, well, they don't like my my good friend.
Yeah, they don't like Boan. So, as you secure the rope and you're trying to get Boan to respond and do the shoulder check, seems totally down with it, ready to help out, then lets out this kind of loud grunting, like almost a bleat of surprise as they find their footing not as secure.
Now's the time for entangle.
Alright, do I still have some actions as I notice this?
You still have a little bit of time left. You still got some options for what else you think you might want to do. So Boan's footing's a little bit unsure. You can still move towards the cart. You may not have the speed to give it like a good charge or a good nudge, but you can still move up to try and like shove it, I suppose, if you want to still do that.
Yeah, the idea was mostly shoving, not so much sudden force as just something to move it out of its current position.
Okay.
So what I'll first do is Felmy, noticing this, will jump off Boan to help shove Boan to the side and get Boan on more stable ground, so Boan can do the same to the car.
Okay.
My
Okay.
tea is making.
Go ahead and make a strength check for yourself. Let's give him a good shove.
Damn it, dice.
Oh, it's one of those sessions.
Am I gonna have to go physical dice? I swear I will.
I haven't
Alright.
pulled out my physical to threaten them yet. I might, the way this is going.
I have
You
my
gotta-
pistol right here. I have a webcam. I will set up for physical dice if I have to.
You give out a very good effort. Grunt with exertion. Boan kind of jerks and still scrambling, like you see the feet just like scraping as if they contact nothing at first, but then they find some footing. Boan's able to move forward. So go ahead and move Boan into whatever position, wherever you wanted him. And then go ahead, have Bowen, since you wanted to give it a little shove, have Bowen do a strength check. It will be with disadvantage, however, since the footing has not been the best, and Bowen's not fully sure of themselves right now.
Whoop, didn't give me an option for disadvantage.
Yeah, just go ahead and roll it again, I guess. All right, a 10. 10's pretty good. Remember, that's average, and average isn't bad. Bowen manages to plant their feet and give it a little bit of shove, and it kind of rocks back a little. There's less of the wheel that looks like it's kind of stuck in this strange mud, rock, whatever. And that's going to be, I think, all the time you have for right now, but you got a little bit of a shove on there. One who leans.
Okay, I want guidance, but I don't know where it's going to be most efficient. The horse is tied to this card. What's their state right now?
They seem to be in the very early grips of panic. They are not fully panicked yet. After all, these are, trained horses that are intended for use of situations of high intensity, including warfare if need be. So they're not freaking out, but they're definitely not happy.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Go on.
Okay, Speak with Animals. Just cast spell, there we go. And I'm gonna talk to the horses.
Absolutely.
Friends, do not panic. This situation will resolve. Keep it under control. I need you too. Is there two? I'm
Yeah.
assuming because of the bar. Yeah.
Yep.
I need you too to use all your strength to pull back.
I like
Just
it.
reverse direction.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage. It should be okay.
Should be okay. Rolls a 22.
Maybe. 25.
Rolls a
Cool, right?
25.
Should be okay. Can I get your dice?
In a pinch.
The horses, when horses are starting to panic, they roll their eyes, you see way more of the white and whatnot. So you're getting that for a moment. But one of them turns their head towards you. Sir, what do you mean not to panic? We're falling into the ground. Well,
Of course. And
you
this
make a good point, I suppose.
And this falling into the ground can be resolved without loss of life if you focus. Use your strength. Use your powerful horse legs.
You make a good argument, sir. We shall do it then for you. Come on, lads, together. And then you see the horses will, in fact, appear to calm down. And they will kind of dig their hooves in and try to back up. Like, all their strength, they're trying to get out of there. You do notice that the hooves of the horses are also sinking into the rock a little bit. But they are definitely not doing nearly as much as, like, the wheel is.
All right, and that's going to be my turn, I believe.
All right.
What's the turning radius on this car? It's like a Chevy Silverado.
Oh my god.
It's
Or like an F-250.
It's like it's like in between like a 250 and like
And a Chevy Astro.
a Chevy Astro. It's probably in between those two, somewhere in there. But yeah, all right. So one who leans has managed to calm the horses. The horses are helping out now. They're working together with you. Yozora, what do you got?
Okay, first things first. Following up on the plan, Wait, just double checking. Did we have the rope knotted around?
It has not been knotted. It has been secured, though.
Okay. Would knotting it make it more secure?
It absolutely would.
Okay.
So yeah, by all means, if you want to prestidigitate that rope, tie those knots, make it fully secure,
That
go
is the
for
plan.
it. Did you have anything else you wanted to do?
Double checking. There's people inside the car, right?
Absolutely. There's a driver, and there are at least 2 individuals inside.
Okay, driver's, he knows what's going on. I'm going to get over to the door and hammer at it, yelling for people to get out.
Okay. Okay.
Lighten the load, get people to safety, life over the treasure. / grab anything they can and get out. Lighten the load of the carts.
All right. Absolutely. You will see the door come flying open. A couple of the city watch will come leaping out. That look like they're carrying anything that might have been a little bit like heavy that was easy to grab, like any sort of arms or armaments. And they're kind of heading off back towards where the delegation is.
Okay, now my last question. Is the cart sinking into the ground or is it sliding towards the mess over here?
Both.
Okay, I don't have a spell that can do anything about the sinking into the ground, but I might be able to, Okay, next question. Because this, prestidigitation here says that I can create a non-magical trinket or something that could fit in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Could I use it to make, for lack of a better term, small daggers? They're not meant to be attack, but you have them in the ground on my side of the vehicle, or the cart here, trying to prevent it from sliding towards the mess over there.
Something like some pythons that you would slam into the ground to try and catch the wheel?
Yeah, I don't want to stop the wheel because we're trying to move it backwards, but I just wanted to, only one direction gravity affecting it. I think I'm making sense there.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. That's for sure. You'd be able to do that. Why not?
I'm just double checking. If you say no, you say no. Okay. A couple more snaps of the fingers, creating pythons to try and help at least slow down the descent towards the mess over here, trying to keep it so that we haven't less forces we gotta really fight against.
Yep.
How much time?
Right.
It's like I've done 3 prestidigitations. That's my limit for continuous effects. I've got the people out. How much time do I have left if there's anything left?
At this point, that's about it. That's a whole lot of stuff you've done, and you've set that up, and you are looking pretty good.
Okay, then
Alright.
Then my turn.
Time for the turn to resolve.
All right. So at the end of that first round, let's see what's happening. So secured now to Boan, to the carriage in the back, and it's got even the pythons now in the road to try and keep the wheels from going too far out of the way in any direction that would be bad.
What? Oh, okay.
All right, so 10. It's going to be the driver's kind of role for commanding and controlling the vehicle. Again, 10 is average, not bad. With the assistance from one who leans, keeping the horses calm, that is more than enough to get the horses to cooperate with the driver. Boan, having shoved them back a little bit, they've got better footing than they had. Dove back here with the tying off to the other carriage. They are helping as well. They're dragging back this way. And the pythons prevent it from sliding any further towards the gap. However, Wither, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Kitty's on it.
Yep, there we are.
Yeah, for real. All right, not bad at all. So as Wither is watching this, is kind of seeing the fruits of their labor, you notice that the ground around you is becoming a little bit more untrustworthy, and you almost for a moment lose your balance, but you catch it real quick. And that brings us back up to you. So it looks like you've got a pretty solid start. the carriage is probably at this point saved. It's not going to go over the edge. The matter of getting it fully out of danger, and that is probably closer than might anticipate. But what else have you got? Don't forget to get yourself out of danger.
So, noticing that I nearly fall into this, I lose my footing, I am going to, let me see what I've got in my repertoire here real quick. Hang on, because I'm not going to be as fast as I was last time, I know that. Well, what I'm thinking of doing is actually it's going to be kind of a ready to action almost, I guess.
Absolutely. What do you got? What do you got?
I am going to I'm going to move over behind and try and help assist pushing Bohan to keep ramming the carriage.
Okay.
So, do I need to do that now, or should I wait?
Actually, yeah. We'll wait. We'll do it all together. With Fiddlemead and Bohan do their thing. So you get into position and you're ready to assist with shoving the cart back.
Now, do I need to do anything else for like footing or anything right now?
The dexterity saving throw was good enough that you are secure. You caught it. You know. You're aware. You see like some of these small rocks. You can see them now slipping through the rock surface and then kind of spinning out into void.
Now, part of me actually wants to stay in the spot I was in and push from that direction. So
I will say it is definitely going to be more effective from there. Being right next to Philomead, you will be able to focus your efforts and you'll be able to shove one consistent direction.
Especially with what I might have in mind for my own turn.
Okay.
Can I speak up?
Sure.
Here.
Go ahead.
And, like,
Yep.
just here with my arms folded, just like supervising. Like, no, come now. Don't push. Come over here and pull. The footing is better.
Is it?
You kind of
Behind
seem
the
to be
cart?
directing it toward the whole.
Really?
Make a perception check there, Dove.
Okay. I like those.
The footing does seem to be a little bit better
Seems
over
like-
here.
Seems nicer back on the. Come, plant your sweet little paws on this solid rock. You'll get a better pull from here.
All right. With that in mind, the better question is, do I notice that as that's going? Do I notice that you're crying out to me, I guess, is the better question. Through all this chaos.
I mean, I'd assume so. Dove knows your name and, is able to address you. It's not loud to the point of being deafening by any means.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it's already tied to Bohan right now.
Well, so far
Philomead.
on from the last turn, has only been pushing the cart in whatever direction will help it get to more solid ground. Forward, backward, either way, one is just pushing.
And Dove will suggest the same to Feldemid, to say, trust your harness there. You're better off pulling.
Pulling toward the exit or toward the others?
He's gonna start marshalling.
So, with that in mind, I really don't have much to do if I'm not helping push. Except for getting out of there, that's the only thing.
Now, remember, you do want to save yourself as well. And now you can help pull. There is the rope back here that you can grab hold of and help pull, even as the carriage itself is trying to pull.
Fair enough. I could. Do I have enough? Do I have enough distance for it?
You could probably get there with the time you
yeah.
have. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Surely. Quick kick.
I will head to the back, and I will start to help pull
Okay.
on that same little spot.
Okay.
That's a strength check.
It will be when we get there, so don't worry. You're basically, you have enough time to debate coming over here and then get over here. And then, Dove, what would you like to do? What else do you have in mind?
Really tempted to just keep marshaling. And just... Yes, very good, yes. Come on. Put your back into it.
Make me
But-
a
Okay.
persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh shit.
hit the extremes.
1 and 20. There you go.
Yeah, that was good shit.
Wow.
I'm not a man of
Black
middles.
and white road.
All right, so with that in mind, you got Dove over here who is marshaling and encouraging everybody. So everybody, when we get to actually, pulling or pushing or whatever it is you're doing, you'll have some advantage on those checks as Dove is encouraging you and,
Trying to keep
cheering
an
you
eye
on.
on where the terrain is being super loose and
Yep.
where the footing is good and saying, "Oh great, oh, watch that patch there, it's falling apart.
Yeah,
This way.
absolutely.
I've got to use my perception.
love it.
It's my strength."
Philomene.
Alright, I have about 3 ideas that I'm gonna try to work into this one turn if I can.
Absolutely. Lay it on me. Let me know what you want to do.
Okay, the first one, very much as a reflex, I'm gonna grab my shield and shove it into the ground right on the Boan's feet.
Okay.
To try and give Boan a more solid grip on the ground. So that
Okay.
whatever they do, pushing, pulling, shoving, whatever, they do it with more oomph to their strength.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
Alright.
gonna be the first step.
Okay. So that before we get to it all, let's hear it all, and we'll see what we can get done and how we can get it done.
Alright. Second step would be to just direct Bohan toward whatever marshalling direction Seldov is doing, because the 2 possibilities I see are getting the cart to back up toward the cart behind it in the procession, or to marshal it forward toward the exit. Either way works towards the direction of the wheels, which would help it move out of its problematic spot.
Okay. Okay.
So currently, from what we can see, the forces are all working to bring it back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the last step in all of this is sort of the wild card. Philomene is going to get a little bit of that Faye out of the box thinking, and she's going to
Dynamite.
No, not exactly. She's going to lay on hand the ground.
Oh, nice.
Because
That's the
the
first.
ground seems to be breaking apart, and she's going, and she's suspecting whatever it is, whatever that oblivion is, to be sapping the ground's strength. So, in a fit of Faye inspiration, she's just going to try to heal the ground. And
right.
that is sort of testing it to see how well it works. And she'll commit more to it if she sees it working a little bit.
All right. So first things first, you want to slam that shield into the ground, kind of embed it so that Bowen's got something to push off against. Make me a strength check to see how well you just wedge that into the rock below you.
Ooh, that's
There
good.
we
There
go.
you rolls. There are your big rolls.
Pretty solidly well in there. All right, so, and how do you want Bowen to respond? Are you going to tell Bowen to push?
That's the thing. I'm sort of depending on which direction Seldov is marshaling the efforts, whether it's to pull back the cart or to have them move forward. Whichever direction Seldov is directing is what she'll default to. No
Okay.
thinking, no, just going with the flow.
Okay. And then how much of your lay on hands do you want to use?
We're gonna use about 5 points worth just to see, with a very particular attention paid to any result that might result from that, because that's going to dictate next turn.
Okay. Have Bowen make a strength check with advantage.
Okay, what's the key for advantage again?
It should be shift.
Didn't seem to work.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to work with those anymore.
I know it
Just
should be
like-
good.
Oh, mine did.
They're both really good anyway. All right, Bowen working with the horses who are kind of pushing backwards, trying to go this way. The carriage behind that is pulling, trying to pull it this way. Doves marshaling kind of indicate to bring it this way. And Wither also back there helping. That's going to be a nice, good shove. Now, as for your lay on hand, you notice that the ground itself kind of seems to ripple as if it were more liquid than solid for a moment as you do this. But after doing that, it seems to solidify a little bit more.
Would that be an Arcana or a Nature check to figure out what the heck just happened?
You could try either one.
Alright, I'm gonna roll on this. If I suppose anyone else was paying attention, might.
I think I noticed what the hell happened.
I think I'm focused on the horses.
What was it? Arcana and?
Either Arcana or Nature.
I'll throw for a nature.
All right, well.
Wow.
let's go.
Okay, that was a
Extreme
fail.
tech. Our highest roll is a 25, and unfortunately, a 25 is not high enough to fully understand and grasp
Yeah.
what just happened and what is going on here.
Okay.
All the same, with my roll, do I
God.
notice it at least solidifying, even if I don't understand what's going on?
Yeah. Because you're actually down there with your hand on it, and you feel it. Like, you definitely see it happen. You definitely feel it kind of a little bit more solidify as you do it. But
Right, so
as
I see the result. I just don't understand why. it's
Yeah. None of you seem to really understand it. The closest, Yozora, seems to get that the living. How should I word this?
We're all made of space stuff, man.
It's
Oh my
honestly, it's along those lines. But the living magic that is creation itself seems to be unraveling in places. You're not sure why. You have never seen this kind of phenomenon before, clearly. This is beyond you in several ways. But
So that's
you-
basically the gamble that I was taking. That it's creation and living magic versus destructive and unliving magic.
But Yozora, you definitely get the sense that the very living magic of creation itself, of the material, the everything, even like the carriage itself being made of wood and metal and leather, and sure in some places, just it alone with everything else. You see the ground, and you know that for whatever reason, that living magic seemed to be unraveling and is now a little bit tighter, more raveled together, and is ready to weather more just in general. In fact, you see the wheels of the carriage kind of move up a little bit further.
Okay. since I see that, because obviously, apparently, I'm the only one that made a good notice on that particular part. It's like, we've got a moment. We can do this. Come on. Also, out of characteristic grumbles, like a nat 20. That's not enough for me to understand what's going on. Curses.
Nat 20s are not automatic successes now.
I know, but I can still go curses.
Yep. The
Get
DC
smart.
for that was very high.
Always something yet to learn.
Well, that's part of my character, so that's. I've now got a new thing to go snoop at.
One who leans. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna keep motivating the horses.
I
Say,
love it.
This one congratulates you, noble steeds. You have put yourselves and your cargo out of immediate danger. Should you roll back all the way, this one will reward you. And I'm gonna grab a few seeds from a pouch and druid craft a carrot.
Aw.
Lads, this one has snackies. We can do it for that. The horses seem to be down with your idea.
Okay.
Yozora, what would you like to do?
Push.
Okay. Does it look like my pylons on by the wheels are quite as needed right now?
They look like what you saw last time is that it definitely helped. You saw the carriage try to slide, and it caught on it, so it wasn't able to slide, and then was in fact able to back up off of them.
They're chucks.
Okay, so I'm going to dispel the 2 I used, because if they're no longer behind the wheels, they're useless. I'm going to set 2 more using my prestidigitation just to hopefully keep that trend going, keep it from sliding. And biscuits. I do not have a strength stat or a dexterity stat.
It do be that way.
Hey, I'm a spellcaster. What can I say?
Throw books at it.
What was that?
Throw books at it.
Yeah, I'm not a bibliophile. No, Yozora would not do that. That's a hell of a reason, and this does not count.
Use science. Give me a lever and I'll move the work.
What do you think I'm doing with the little stakes I'm using to keep the damn thing from sliding? Anyways, okay, saw that, did that, frick. I think I'm gonna go help Wither. Do the poll.
I love it.
I can't really do much else. I've done my magic. It's not like I have a snap of fingers. I'm gonna solidify the earth like Filzamy over there.
I love it, absolutely. You can always help somehow, some way, by all means. So,
Again, that's why I got the pylon, whatever the hell they are, in the ground there. So I'm just doing what I can. And again, because I know, sorry, because I actually noticed the tires being pulled up from the ground healing. It's like, we got this. It's going to be a little easier. Come on.
it's all right. End of the round. Let's see what happens.
I think I like the number. I think.
The driver
That
is,
one.
he's digging you guys. Look at that. He got a fucking 18 on that shit. The driver takes full control of the horses and of the carriage as it seems to once more regain its, I suppose, lack of a better term, footing completely. Wither, make me a strength check with advantage and do the same thing, Yozora.
I was just about to say, watch this fucking librarian ass fucking Hulk out.
I'm not rolling the other one because I don't think I need to.
You don't need to. You can't get better than a 20 on a 20. That's true. But Wither, you can
Never.
roll again to see if you can get a 19
If
or
you
a
double
20.
if you double crit.
Never underestimate the librarian.
Should double.
I'll take that. I'll take the 21. I'm okay with that.
It's like,
Absolutely.
I've got 10 strength. I've got no modifier for it. I'm just a spellcaster. And I'm about to do a really good job pulling this thing back.
Hell yeah, you are. The two of you back here grab hold of the rope that is also attached to this carriage that is also pulling this direction, and you guys just give it a good hell of a haul. Boan in the front is shoving, pushing it back. The horses are helping.
I can just say that just because magic and all that, anybody paying attention will probably see Yozora start glowing, just focusing their magic internally. Not something they can do often, obviously, but explanation for why the average person can pull this thing?
He's got those wiry old man muscles, you know?
Adrenaline's a thing.
And the power of teamwork.
And with her, the power of rum. Yeah.
Yes. I'm on my fourth one, by the way.
Oh, goodness. I
But with
started
that,
mine.
the carriage fully pops up out of the rock. It is once more on full solid rock. It rolls backwards. The Pythons stop it again from sliding any further, so it doesn't have anywhere to make up for it. It just completely regains. The two of you, with just this massive effort, haul back on the rope, and you are able to help the driver and the horses pull back and get it to complete and utter safety. And that's going to end that initiative. You guys have successfully saved this carriage.
Woo!
God damn, I didn't know you were that strong, Zora.
I'm not sure how I pulled that off. I must have used a lot of my magic just to reinforce myself. I have no idea how the hell I did that.
It must be those well-calloused hands from turning all those pages all those years.
Philemy still at the head of the other cart will just guide Bohan and the horses back on whatever side.
We probably should undo that knot before something else happens.
A very good job, noble steeds. And you as well, Bowen. I'm gonna feed carrots to all three of them.
Yum.
I'm undoing the knot.
Okay. The knots will come undone fairly easily. The horses seem to just absolutely appreciate the carrots. I don't know. I guess Philemy can tell you how Bowen feels about the carrot.
He can tell me himself.
Shit, that's true.
True, but Bohan would be the slow talking but shadow guide. So sort of like a super chill farm gal. That makes sense.
Bohan's cottagecore.
Oh yeah, Bohan is cottagecore 100%.
Seldov will walk by the driver of the towing cart and pat the driver on the thigh and say, "Good work." And
He looks at you with just like these very just wide eyes, just like, and just nods. He's very impressed and
quick thing.
terrified somehow still.
I think
Way to keep your head on a
Yozora's
swivel.
over here just panting. It's like, I think that as we go forward, we should keep an eye on the ground. I don't want to see us trying to do that again.
Dove will cast a sarcastic eye over to the delegates and be like, "Good job, everyone. Good effort, good effort." And then go over to where the ground was dissolving and observe and see, is it worsening? Is it increasing? Is it spreading? Is this dissolution spreading? And will it yield? Will it allow us passage through if we take the wider step here?
Go ahead and make that perception check.
Oh, fuck it.
I'm gonna
Meanwhile,
check.
Philemy will also loudly share what she observed, and she'll share that either healing magic or positive energy magic helps the ground regain some sort of stability.
As far as you can tell, Dove, as you take a look over here, it seems to be similar to what it was when you first arrived. It seems whatever happened, maybe there was a momentary weakness or a lapse or a sudden quick collapse, but that seems to have been stopped. Perhaps whatever Philemy did addressed that.
Now, I've got to, out of context, Question: would I be getting my feline agility back after this?
Yeah,
It's something like you have to not move for a turn, and then you can do it.
yeah,
Again, I think.
yeah. We're effectively out of any sort of actual initiative tracking at the moment. So you definitely have at least 6 seconds, which is all you would really have to wait, technically. So yeah, you can take a breath real quick and then get it back at this point, essentially.
Yeah, it's when a cat gets the zoomies, then it has to stop and like
Yeah,
look,
gives that
and then
panic look
zooms
around.
again. Villemid, what did you
Yes?
do? It's
I-
solidified in this area once again.
I used a lay of hand to heal the ground. I think it was really a gamble, but I was just figuring this fast patch looked like oblivion or negative energy. I figured positive energy might not do it.
Is this like the creation, manipulation that the celestial dwarves were speaking of?
I have no clue, to be honest. I just went on a hunch.
Yozora, you do know that it does not seem to be anything close to what that kind of magic was, that you, at least as far as you witnessed it.
Yeah, I was
Can
about
I
to bring it up.
ins-
It's like,
Oh, sorry.
from what I observed while we were doing that, because I think I had a very good look at it, and even I don't understand what happened. It was like she was healing the magic of the area. Whatever that is over there, pointing to the void, it's like it's killing the area. It's killing the magic. Whatever was going on, whatever happened, her healing power there, or healing abilities, healed the magic, the very life magic of the land. I don't know how. I don't know what's going on. It's beyond what I know. I'd have to send a message off back home to see if anybody else, if we have a book on that somewhere. But it's not what we really saw with the dwarves. They were creating stuff. What Filzami here did was healing.
Yes, I guess it didn't appear to be altogether similar.
Like
So,
I said,
Sildub
nothing
doesn't
but a hunch.
Sildub doesn't trust for shit. We know this. So can I
Hmm.
insight check Fieldamy to see if it's just a hunch or if she knows more than she lets on?
Absolutely. I suppose. Philomene, are you trying to deceive in any way?
No, she's not
Oh.
even notorious. She
Oh,
just appears
shit.
completely bewildered and completely unsure, and it's very clear all she did was go on this
And I would have
heat
detected.
moment hunch of what was going on.
I'm still
Yeah.
unconvinced.
So
Yeah,
your perception,
Unfortunately.
you're sure that she's hiding something.
Hiding something.
I was like, I would have detected any lies there, so.
Yeah, like you said to Athos, if you seem too good, you're hiding something. Well,
Graham will step up.
I mean, yeah, given that Zelda tends to mistrust anyone too good, Philomene would
yeah.
definitely seem sus.
One who leans, does this make sense to you, being all about that life and death cycle, being able to heal physical space?
This magic seems to be outside of the purview of the cycle. Perhaps
Cool.
it precedes it.
It
However,
is actually
I
a
have no-
very good question that you asked, Dove. I like that.
I have no insight into it.
DM called me a good boy.
This one has no insight into it.
Now, one who leans, what you would understand is that this is perhaps not a fully alien notion. The fact that the very land itself is made up of living magic, but it's also not one that like ever really matters or is brought up or discussed. So it's fully outside of your wheelhouse, but I guess not impossible. Shrug.
And that's pretty much the answer Seldov gets is not impossible, shrug.
Fair.
Pretty much everyone seems to be on the same wavelength there. No one really knows.
I'll reclaim my rope from this. Actually, I won't. I'm gonna leave it in case something happens again.
we've had no loss of life or material. A good job to everyone.
Indeed, you all did commendable.
In fact, I'm
Went
going to cut my
right
rope in
into
half.
action. It was incredible.
And Wither will get his rope from around Bohan and the carriage, and then decides to just maybe kind of almost like poke at this area,
How did it not
and throws a rock in it to see what happens.
You throw a rock just like into
Oh
nothing.
shit! Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing actually.
Yep, exactly.
See if it has like a gravitational pull, like the fucking void from Beneath the Water did.
Kicking your can all over the place.
As you toss a rock off into nothingness, it kind of just continues on forever. It never seems to slow down. It just keeps going and going. There's other, land masses and whatnot out there. Maybe one day it will hit one of them.
Does the
Russia
heart,
at work.
does the heart of the stone throw seems to be affected?
It doesn't. It doesn't appear that any sort of outside force has acted upon it as you threw it. Looks like it's still just acting on that.
Someday, that rock will find the Pop Ghostly. I'm gonna take
Driver.
the other half of my rope that I cut in half, and I'm gonna tie between this one and this one
Go ahead.
to have just like a nice little daisy chain in case some shit like that happens again.
Driver, a good job keeping this under control. Your horses have more than earned their keep. Please take good care of them.
Indeed. You all acted commendably and expertly and heroically. The driver acted professionally. One who leans, might I ask a favor of you all then?
Oh,
Of course.
Wonderful.
This one is in your service.
More than likely, we will now take a little bit of extra time here to secure the caravan and make sure we can get through safely. But if all of you could proceed ahead, scout the area before us, and perhaps, should you find the door, open it for us and wait on the other side, we'd be much appreciative. We'll catch up to you as soon as we can, of course. But
Well,
we would appreciate the scouting ahead.
As they're talking, I walk up to Sildov and offer my shorter rope, since Wither noticed that she was taking care of the caravans. Here, take this. I have plenty.
I'm a boy.
So.
This one will do as you say. Please, do keep good watch and sure footing.
Of course. And the lot of you be safe. Oh, here. You will need this. You will reach into a pocket and hand you a small, smooth stone.
Skittles!
A Nornstone?
The stone he hands you has a illumination of its own. It is covered in the runes and the markings and the languages of each and every language you may have ever expected, thought of, or seen to exist, including some of those you've never seen before ever in your life. It has, as I said, just a soft illumination of its own. It feels fairly warm as it, I guess, settles in your hand if you take it.
I want to try something if it's all the same. Would Philomene know of any metal rod or anything particularly receptive to positive energy that would happen to be part of the caravan's inventory?
Probably not anything offhand. Nothing specific, I guess.
Okay, would there just be regular metal rods or anything?
I have a crowbar.
I mean, yeah, there's probably, yeah, again, anything that they might use to do like putting up tents later, maybe to make a ladder or something. But yeah.
Okay, she grabbed one such rod of whichever would seem least consequential in any future endeavor, whatever seems the most useless, and she'll grab the bar, move over to about the edge of where the ground seems to fall apart, shove the iron rod into the ground, and imbue the last 5 points of her lay on hand as best as she can into the rod, so that it sort of radiate however weakly.
Okay.
Interesting. It's
As
best.
you do so, make me a Constitution saving throw. And while you're doing that, so go ahead. One who leans. He's handing you this rock.
Yes, I take it, and this one thanks you, Sir Noble Widow.
Of course. Thank you. That is a gate stone. You will use it, I suppose, unless the door is already active. But ostensibly, it is used to open the door.
It's interesting.
All you
One
need to
who
do is simply
leans
lay it upon the door, and it'll
refers to
do everything on its
itself
own.
as one.
Understood.
But refers to others by their title and last name.
Zora's just going to
Very
speak
attentive,
up.
very diplomatic.
Having been watching this, Filzami, what are you doing?
I'm trying to secure a path forward, or at least secure what path forward we do have.
All right. So with your Constitution save, you don't suffer any ill effects. But as you do this, you feel something. There is a tangible will, an essence, a sentience that reaches out to try and drain you, sensing a font of this energy to try and consume. But you manage to, I suppose, endure it or resist it in some way.
And I
Touch the
assume I
hot
do
stove.
notice it.
You do notice it, and then it is gone just as soon. The rod that you have imbued is drained almost immediately, and you see the rock area around it crumble and collapse, and it kind of just goes spinning off.
Shit.
Okay, then that's going to be in a way that only someone who's been raised on a farm would ever do. Felimy lets out a string of swear and curse in absolute shock and surprise, loudly.
Oh, hey, educational.
Yeah.
And she turns to the rest of the group and said, "Something just consumed the positive energy."
And Zelda smiles to hear such a dainty in appearance with all the grassy and fluttery butterfly sort of motif. Just smiles just to hear such profanities usher forth from her. Just, now we're talking.
What sort of check would it be for me to try and figure out what the heck that happened?
There'd be another Arcana check for that one.
I mean, do you mean the what happened to the rod or what happened with the swearing?
The rod, specifically. The magical stuff. The swearing is educational about language. If you want to learn a language, you start by learning how they swear.
Learn some new, learn some new Sylvan swears right there.
But yeah, unfortunately, that Arcana check, you're not able to figure out anything. That was weird. That is 100% weird. But you're not at all sure what just happened.
Do I notice Yozora trying to study the rod?
I mean, are you being stealthy about it?
No, not in the least bit.
There was
Yozora?
Go for it.
What was that?
Do I notice you studying the rod or anything? Like trying to figure out what happens?
Hey boy.
I wasn't
Checking out my
exactly
rod.
being stealthy. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on so that we don't have something blow up on us.
Well, then I'll just add, whatever consumed it felt sentient for a split second.
Sentient, that... Maybe we shouldn't mess with that, then. Last thing we need is a group of, unalive husks.
Whatever you say, I just thought I was protecting the path from some sort of force of nature of oblivion. This isn't it.
Dove will see Wither offering the rope. Like, oh, thank you. Actually, hey, hang on to that. I'm sure they have some. I'll go raid the cart supplies for more rope to replace mine, and
They do in fact have rope, yes.
and then drop the whole bundle of short lengths of rope onto Mech. Here, make use of those fast hands of yours. We'll be going ahead. Have fun, Ta.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna do anything with any of this shit. Hey, Beckett, you're one of your fucking guys to, tie some ropes and shit.
And I wanted to say that there had been a fleeting, very brief look of shock on One William's face because it speaks Sylvan.
Just
it aired the curses. Oh, that's sweet.
just
Nice.
completely taken aback by this string of profanity.
Yeah, but it's all in Sylvan. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Dove doesn't speak Sylvan, but there's an unmistakable cadence to swearing.
Yeah, you know when somebody's pissed off and saying "fuck this shit" in any language.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
This one and its party will set forth.
Good luck,
Farewell.
Be safe.
You as well. Please watch your footing. If we will not be here to stop another carriage from falling into the abyss.
Don't go getting
Just so.
lost in oblivion in our absence now.
Just so.
And-
We'll be securing the carriages as best we can, so that we follow as soon as we are possibly able to.
And with the last moments of speak with animals, and I turn to the horses and go, you two, keep your cargo safe and lead on like the noble beasts you are.
Of course, Lord of Carrots, thank you for your assistance and your generous words today.
Oh God, I wish I had heard that.
Lord of Carrots.
That'd be so good. How do you reckon speak with animals? Do you reckon that you make the animal sound, or is it just more
Yes.
sort of like telepathic? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, one who leans is over there.
Unfortunately, horse does not fall into any of my languages I know.
Same here.
Do any of the horses speak thieves' cant?
They unfortunately cannot. They can't. They can't make the correct gestures. They got hooves, no fingers.
They can only count.
Yeah. The delegates will begin working together with the City Watch individuals to secure and make guide ropes for where they believe the most secure and solid sections of the ground are.
Is there loose dirt, sand, anything around here? Like something that could be something fine that could fill a bag?
Yeah, like if you wanted to grab like a handful of like dirt
I'd
or
like
sand
quite
or
a
something.
bit. I'd like a sandbag's worth.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take find a bag or two, and fill it just with the finest sand that I can find. And then let's see what I have. Yozora, I trust you have ink on you.
Indeed I do. May I ask why?
I would like to mark the path. I'll take my water skin and whatever bottle I can find so I don't mess up my water skin. And would you mind if I used some of it? It won't take much.
Zora will reach into their cloak, in their bag, and pull out a vial of writing ink.
I'll take this ink and put it in a large jar, bottle, whatever, and shake it up, dilute it, mix it, and then pour that thin mixture into the sand to make blackened sand. Just a sandbag's worth of blackened sand. It's just as we go, I want to be watching where the terrain is safe.
Yeah, you mark the safe spot. Absolutely.
And just gradually trickle the little line of this blackened sand along that path.
Absolutely.
And since there's going to be a line of wet sand, if I got that right.
Yeah, just a nice thin distribution of this ink throughout the sand to, not enough water to like soak it, but enough to like diffuse.
Just a little bit of water,
like a little bit of a marker almost.
Yeah. Enough water to diffuse the ink in the whole bag worth of sand.
I'm thinking of making it even more obvious for the rest of them. I want to druid craft a bioluminescent mushroom every few, like 60, 70 feet.
Perfect. All right.
Absolutely.
Oh, once again, good thinking. I've never thought I'd be so impressed by a mushroom. Well, there was that one time.
Ayo.
That
I need to use the
last
restroom.
night as well.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we can all take a quick bathroom break.
And Philomene will just whip up at Seldov's exclamation and just say, "Just the one time?"
Oh. Well.
This one is curious to
Rarely.
hear this story about a mushroom.
Well, there was one just last night, and he'll look over his shoulder at Athos. A delicious, savory red mushroom. I don't know if you've been familiar with it, so don't worry about that. Let me say,
Yeah,
rarely have I been so
Philomene will
impressed by
just give a quick giggle behind her hand.
There are quite a few species of mushroom proper for consumption.
mushrooms.
This one would be happy to recommend a few.
Well, I'm all ears.
Would you happen to have a little blue mushroom?
Those are in abundance. However, most species of blue-colored mushrooms are not proper for consumption and are, in fact, quite toxic.
At this, Philomene is very much stifling back an actual laugh.
Oh, sometimes the ones that taste the best are in fact the most toxic for you. Shame, really.
Indeed.
You literally see Philomene doubled over on top of one, trying to just not laugh out loud.
Dove smirks at you.
She's too caught up in tears and her face buried in Bond's fur.
And, as you mentioned, do be careful with red-tipped mushrooms. This one would be happy to make sure they're safe for your consumption.
Oh.
Philomene falls off Bond sideways.
Oh, if you're offering, I'm sure. Perhaps I could be convinced to share. As long as all parties involved are willing.
Stay in character.
But at least in this case, I can assure you it's quite safe for consumption.
Philomene just tries to somehow come back on board.
But regardless, you are surprisingly professional. No offense. I do not mean to underestimate. I rarely do. Everyone has the potential to have a lot more capabilities than they immediately show.
Having been grown for a singular purpose does provide me with the required motivation and professionalism.
A singular purpose, you say? What would that be?
This one was grown to be a negotiator and diplomat.
I think you did mention that, didn't you? And that's all. Well,
It
I
is
say
this
that's
one's
all,
purpose.
but
Okay, I'm back.
I
Sorry
think
about that.
you might even be underestimating yourself.
Yeah, I have no idea what you just missed.
It
It
looks
is
to
why
me-
it is why Mother Mycelium grew this one.
Well, clearly,
I'm
Mama,
suddenly scared about what I missed.
Mama Mycelium didn't raise no fool.
Felony fell off on laughing, or trying to stifle a laugh.
A lot of gossamer thinly veiled
Yes,
mushroom-related allegories.
coupled with metaphorical obliviousness.
Oh, oh yes,
It was magnificent.
Okay,
Um,
I'm sorry I went to the bathroom.
yes. Dick jokes, everyone. Dick jokes.
Dick
All right.
jokes.
Dick jokes. We got dick jokes. But yeah, Devil say to one who leans, you know, as we're traveling, if that's proceeded already, and yeah, being impressed by your resourcefulness in teamworking with this sandy trail and these periodic beacons. Well, clearly, Mama Mycelium raised no fool. Your skill set, well, perhaps negotiation takes a much broader skill set than even you give yourself credit for.
General helpfulness falls within this one's qualifications. As to facilitate further relationships.
You are certainly not one to be underestimated.
This one thanks you.
As Boad slowly plods along past those two, Felony just says, "Oh, good lord, I needed that laugh."
Dove will actually lean in closer towards one who leans his ears? Question mark?
No, but sure.
Body.
Mhm.
Receptive appearing visage, and say, and actually try to keep this from the rest of the party. After all, it would appear that you clocked me quite quickly. So I will not make the mistake of underestimating you.
You see, there's a small hesitation, a look of thoughtfulness, and then a realization. And
This one understands.
I'm going to do this to see
Shit.
if I can hear it myself.
Oh, thank God.
No, completely oblivious.
Felony is too busy trying to recover from the laugh to just even bother trying to perceive that.
All right.
Good.
As the party proceeds down the path, it's fairly solid. There's no more instances of this strange kind of wearing away and this like decay of reality. You don't encounter any more of that. You're able to leave your trail easily enough. You do along the way see like evidence of what are like abandoned encampments, ruins that who knows where they're from. Until eventually, you do make your way to a section down a ramp into a small kind of a little ravine area.
As that's loading, I'll be right back. Oh, it's loaded.
I see the Stargate.
If you still need to go
Okay.
ahead.
it's a sprint P.
But you do make it to this end of this ramp, into this small ravine area. And sure enough, you can see at the very end a familiar sight. A door, a platform, the runes upon it not yet lit up. It seems the way forward is waiting
Perfect.
just ahead.
You guys miss SG1, I miss SG1.
Yeah.
So, does Philemy see the sort of tiled ground that they are on right now?
Yeah, you can still see this. It's the same kind of strange crystalline tiling you've seen before in the other areas that as you step upon it seems to almost become more solid, more real than it was when you were just looking at it.
On the hunch, Philemy will examine the edges of it where the tile sort of melted to the actual ground and see if the edge of the ground seem to match the edge of where Oblivion seemed to consume the ground earlier.
It doesn't really. What you notice as you get real close and you take this good hard look is that the rock part, the solid rock part, seems to be growing in a way over this part, slowly knitting together to become fully solid rock instead of simply this crystalline kind of transparent tile.
So does a so from whatever Philemy can observe, does a crystalline tiles look like they might be a patchwork to cover any hole that might have previously been growing over where it now is?
Not a patchwork over a hole that was growing, but definitely a patchwork that was over a hole that was there.
Speaking of this,
Philemy will outright say, could this tower be meant to cover up the holes like what we just ran into?
That's right. Does it appear, from what we've seen of the dwarves, we've really only seen them, I think we've really only seen them, expand the tunnel to make way for Bohan? And that's pretty much it. We didn't see them manifest anything. Right? From that, at least, from at least one demonstration of their creation abilities to alter something, does this appear to be their work?
4. 2 and 2. It's 4.
I would, think, but it's it is unclear whether or not this is like a wireframe reality itself. Like is this the nature of this reality, or is this the dwarves?
It is definitely not a bad guess or unreasonable guess to assume that for whatever reason this crystalline tile is likely conjured by the dwarves themselves in the areas to stitch reality together, to mend it and eventually make it all solid so that it's all usable and safe.
About how long were we traveling from the dwarven encampment to the arid fields, and now then again to the door to Yemen? Like it wasn't just like a hop, skip, and a jump. We covered some ground.
From the settlement to the fields themselves, it was probably a few hours travel. Just moving over land. Checking things out. You saw some weird, crazy shit, and then it's been probably about 20 minutes down that path to get to here.
Okay, 20 minutes. All right. So
This appears to be the way forward. This one has the key.
So that says to me...
Philemy will just make quick notes on whatever scraps of parchment she can get her hands on about her suspicions on the crystalline ground.
If our dwarven friends have stitched this up like this, and they gave us the map to this place, that means they have been through that area where we encountered such peril. Their work is disintegrating. I don't think
disintegrating, or there are new holes for them to fill.
exactly. I don't think that they simply haven't been there yet to fix whatever's fucking this place up. It seems that something is encroaching on what they've already done.
We do not know how long they were besieged by those monsters we vanquished. Maybe this type of
I suppose not.
reality that they have to keep creating requires maintenance, I would assume. I'm just throwing out a guess out there, but without them being able to come out for maintenance, it's starting to fall into disarray.
Well, yes, if something is actively attempting to
I
inflict
do believe
entropy.
I do believe the best course of action would be simply to send word back to the dwarves to survey this area. Maybe see what they can do.
Anyone want to send a runner?
It might not be the cycle, but this place does appear to have its own duality. Perhaps creation and the void. Always in conflict.
Entropy is the one true constant, isn't it? Well, usually.
Friends, shall we proceed?
Absolutely. Or do we want to send word?
Felemy will probably just take one roundabout, quickly notify the caravan behind to send a runner up to the dwarves, and then quickly catch up with the rest of the group.
Alright, we'll chill for 20 minutes. 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't think besides sending one of us physically back, any of us have the ability to send a message back.
Yeah, and Felemy has bonus amount, which makes her even so slightly faster than everyone else, I believe.
Yep, if you push ball on, you could hurry back a little bit faster.
Yeah, it's not like I'm covering a huge ground here for this little back and forth. So me and Juan will just head back to the caravan, quickly share our suspicions, and tell them to send back a runner to the dwarves to notify them of the new hold.
Okay.
Now, would I be sensing any kind of danger in this area? Or do I need to do any kind of checks or anything to test for that?
With a 5, you don't seem to detect any threats or dangers in the vicinity. Everything seems fine.
That was from...
That was from hearing me.
Yeah, from the discussion earlier.
Then go ahead and roll it again.
I want to roll dice too.
By all means.
Okay.
I did it.
Wow.
I don't think I need to.
You, in fact, do not seem to detect any threats. There's nothing in the vicinity that seems hostile. There are no traps nearby. This seems to be as far as I guess one could say, this area is safe.
However,
It seems to be a safe place.
Sorry. However, I'm not looking for dangers. At least, not like they are. I'm looking at my party members.
What are you looking at?
I'm fucking clocking them.
Okay. All right. So I've watched the show. So I'm gonna tap the stone to the portal and then move out the way of the vortex.
Yeah, you're gonna hit all the right constellations and then back up.
Yeah.
By all means. But the way it works is one who leans. As you step up and you touch the gate stone to the door, the runes in the area begin to ignite. The door itself, runes around it on the frame, begin to light up one at a time here and there.
Do I get back in time to notice this, or?
Do you wait for
Yeah,
Philomene to
I
come
would
back?
wait for everybody to be here.
Then yeah.
While Philomene is gone, and we have this fucking downtime where we just sit in silence otherwise,
Felemy would be fast.
I want to speak
Fast as
to...
you can.
So you cut the 40 minutes down to like 30.
Yeah. Yeah, easily, yeah.
I'm gonna speak to Yuzora. I'm gonna sit up on this rock and perch like a fucking just a goth icon, you know, just a fucking gargoyle. and talk to Yuzora. So, Yuzora, you seem to know quite a bit about the Fae.
Indeed, I do. I grew up among them.
Are there any other areas of study that caught your particular interest? Say, celestials, infernals, undead?
Double checking, is he asking what languages, like, Yozora knows?
Areas of study. I mean, if you speak the languages, I'll say in infernal, then all the better, which sounds really fucking threatening in infernal. Yeah.
Yozora will shoot back in infernal. Indeed, I do speak all of these languages, and I have studied many of these other beings. There is knowledge lost that they may know. So I learned as much as I could. So if I could come across them and not get myself killed, I might learn something.
Wither just kind of steps back a couple as the conversation goes on, not knowing what's going on.
I think it's probably be before you get back. But if you return to just a banter of infernal, then oh wow, it's just like Donald Glover in Community with the pizzas and infernal fire everywhere. Just oh, what's going on?
Continuing. Go ahead.
I'd say back in infernal. I would say. There are few motivators quite like self-preservation, which is actually an infernal, like, colloquialism.
Yep.
I'll switch back to common. And,
Indeed, there is few like self-preservation, though some risk is necessary. I have studied many various beings out there. Because, again, I seek knowledge. An ancient dragon might know something that we have long since forgotten. If you can speak to a god, who knows what you will learn. If you can bargain with a demon, and not, as I said, lose something true valuable, what can you learn? Or what can you gain? I have spent a lot of time learning these languages and learning about them. There's a lot of secrets I still do not know, but that is to be expected.
Oh, there are always secrets to find. I appreciate and respect the desire to find and plumb, suss out these secrets. They can be dangerous.
There is, as I mentioned to the last person who asked me about this, there is such a thing as I will acknowledge. There is such a thing such as forbidden knowledge. I have no use for that. I do not wish to know what should be lost, such as, I do not know the way to kill a god without a good reason.
Without a good reason.
Hey, out of character. There's
I like the addition. That was good.
Hey, there's plenty of stories where some heroes gotta stop a dark god, needing that information. Yeah. Anyways.
Really? Does that not make you curious?
Curious, yes. Stupid enough to go searching for it, no.
Oh.
I would rather learn something that was lost that could help people, or just add to the library of the Fae. But I do not need that type of power or that type of knowledge. It's just asking for, I don't know, what were those creatures I read about? The Mind Flayers? Are those? I think I've read about those.
Do I know anything about Mind Flayers? Do I know anything about Mind Flayers?
I'm trying not to metagame here, but it's like I've got a knowledge-based character here.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I think it's reasonable. Do I? Mine's less reasonable.
A D1000.
Please, if I'm going too far, stop.
D1000. Oh my god.
Hey, the meta joke with the DM, the player guide, and the Dungeons Master's guide is one thing. If I'm stepping on toes, I need to stop. I need to be told to stop.
No. By all means, being from the Feywild and your background, you would know these terms, these phrases, and these individuals. Dove, however, you've never heard the term Mind Flayer before.
Okay.
Like I said, just again, if I'm going too far, stop me. I don't want to step on toes.
No, no.
Well,
I'll leave,
need.
by the way, I'll leave it entirely up to Iron Mug when I come back into all this.
Oh, need is a 4-letter word, my friend.
Anyways,
But so is want.
there.
One can
there were-
never know how means and ends will relate to each other.
But let's just say that I would never use the aforementioned "how to kill a god" power. There are beings out there that could rip that knowledge from my mind, the mind flayers, and who knows what they would do with that. Whereas, say, I would use it to stop, let's just say, some abomination that's coming to eat our planet. They might use it to kill the god of the sun. I do not wish to have that knowledge. Lost knowledge, such as how to make the dwarven ale we enjoyed, that's one thing. But
I would adore that knowledge.
indeed,
Go quite far in my line of work.
yes, unfortunately, I wouldn't even know the first place to look, because they did not tell us where to go. I did not ask. That's not on my top of my priority list right now.
Oh, but what if you could flay the mind as such? What if you could rip the knowledge from one's mind, would you?
Depending on the reasoning, maybe. And I
You would
wouldn't
have
need to rip it
justification.
from their mind. While I may not be quite as charming and persuasive as you,
Oh,
The Fae-
please.
the Fae do have their ways of convincing people to talk.
You would need to be careful, as this one doubts it would be perceived positively.
And also, so Wither and One Who Leans as well, by the way, would not have any idea who or what a mind flayer is. Have never heard the term.
No fucking clue. No, definitely not.
I've read books, I
Wither's
have never met them.
terrified from the infernal still.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Oh, Kitty doesn't like that noise. It's like the vacuum turning on.
Yeah, it was the vacuum.
Hey, I started out a character. I had this whole plan of like, I want knowledge, so I'm going to be able to talk to the things that may have this knowledge.
In fact, Wither's actually using his cat claws to climb up the wall.
Oh, this is horrible.
So I was just going to look at Wither and it's like, do you think he's okay?
Probably. Anyway.
Close enough.
I've got quite an interest in secrets myself. Well, people do tend to divulge quite a bit to their handsome bartender. Maybe we could compare notes when we have more time. I see our envoy is returning.
Depends on the secrets. There are some I have no wish to know, but
Hmm.
knowledge that might help me gain more wouldn't hurt.
Take it from me. There are some secrets that you do not desire necessarily, but have no choice but to learn.
Yes, but I do not wish to know, say, given what I can deduce is your line of work, the secrets of what is in the captain's pants, and whether he is as endowed as he claims, or it is all just bluster.
The captain? Graham.
I don't know what we are talking about, but that
Oh,
does sound like a
goodness,
secret
no.
that's worth discovering.
Yeah, Philomene does arrive about that time.
Graham? I haven't found that out yet.
Well, do
But
you
given
have
his
anything to-
demeanor, I would not estimate it to be anything particularly grand.
Oh well, do share what you do.
Those who
It's good to have foreknowledge on these kind of things. Know what you're getting into, if you know what I mean.
Or what's getting into you. Anyway,
Evidence
welcome back.
points to genitals being what is hidden in the captain's pants.
Well, shit. I suppose we couldn't
This one
veil
was
that in
not
metaphor
aware.
for much
Was-
longer.
This one was not aware this was a secret.
Oh, I'm sure he's trying to keep it a secret.
Not so much. Wait, the secret. I'm sorry. Have you seen what's in Graham's pants?
I have no clue. I'm just trying to figure out the mysteries of life.
It was saying to
This one
who
is
leans.
not.
Oh,
However,
well then.
it can infer that information from witnessing several other naked bodies.
So just by means of average.
Such
I-
as?
No, I mean, you would estimate by his build, I suppose. A very, as you seem to do, a very pragmatic approach. Ruthless, even.
Oh my gosh. And with that, Wither calls back down and starts just walking over.
In any case, and I touch the stone to the gate.
Boom. Oh, good kitty. Sorry, did he frighten you somehow? I'll scratch under
As
his,
just
scratch under his
seeing
chin.
one who leans, hitting the activating the door, Izor's gonna probably pipe up and just go, "No offense, Filzami and Bohan. I think we should go through first. We don't know how the locals will react to your friend there."
Ow, but the conversation is so nice here. Oh well, I suppose it's my day to go first.
Does it look like that Bohan will fit through the gate?
It does. It seems like it's just large enough Bohan would likely be able to fit.
Does it look like the carts will fit through the gate?
It does.
Okay, thankfully.
Magic.
On-screen representations, not to scale.
Yeah.
And so, Philippi and Bohan head to the gate first.
Didn't I literally just?
Philippi's like,
that's-
you got it. Boom.
That's the Fae for you.
Out
Alright,
of
just
Just
character,
forces
Zora.
her way through, basically.
It's like out of character. I had plans for Yozora, and they're being upended. It's like, okay, I had planned for Yozora to fill this slot. Why am I being shoved into this slot? Great.
Yeah,
It do be that
happens.
way.
You're the
You do
babysitter.
be that way.
You're
Alright.
the unheated babysitter.
Yeah, I'm the team parent just going, seriously, come on.
Look,
Alright.
you're used to Eiffel Lords. Philippi is used to lowly sprites. Trying to plain sprites that don't give a shit.
Well, my friends, to Yome.
As the stone touches the door, the runes light up. The door itself opens as if bidden to do so. There is a shimmering membrane that separates this reality from the next. Philemede and Bohan quickly make their way through. Who else would like to go on through?
Let's go stop them before they cause an interdimensional incident.
I'll, in an apologetic gesture towards Wither for spooking the poor kitty with our infernal vacuum noises, scratch him under the chin. Apologies. Now, it's the time for bravery. Good kitty.
Wither slightly purrs and walks ahead.
I'll follow.
Yuzora, did you want to be next through?
Yeah, like I'm hoping to pull trying to prevent the interdimensional incident.
Good luck.
I know.
One last glance behind us.
As we're the only two left on this side of the door, I'm gonna kind of, with a hand gesture, stop Zelda and say, "This one understands your nature, and it understands that you do not wish it discussed in front of the others, but perhaps in private you would entertain a conversation with me."
Double pause a moment. Kind of look him up and down. Look one who leans in this placid face. Almost certainly.
This one appreciates it. After you.
Just smile and allow a little fang. His smile is usually a little bit crooked as a means of sort of hiding his little bitty fangs. They're no Nosferatu, like saber-tooth bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just kind of nice little extended canines. So it's usually it smiles a little thin, but
Yeah, because those Nosferatu ones are like the two front teeth, and it's yeah.
oh yeah, those are the rat
Yeah,
ones,
yeah.
yeah. But he'll just kind of let an unguarded smile out, and thank you. Let one just sort of show and walk through.
Okay, and I'm gonna close the march.
Hell yeah.
Yo, May. To yo, May. Oh my goodness.
As the party steps through, it is a moment between the strange esoteric space of the way between realms and the destination that you find yourselves in. However, for each of you, that brief moment, the simple act of walking through a doorway into another room, there is something you see. A pair of glowing eyes, gray skin, and the symbol of a clawed hand grasping a world.
God.
This all just sort of like flashes.
Yep, yeah, it's basically just a real quick flash in like your mind's eye as you step through.
Damn it, my note thing's malfunction. Doesn't want me taking notes. Come on, catch up, you stupid thing.
As soon as she gets on the other side, Philomene will grasp for the very papers and
goodness.
that she had earlier and try to sketch whatever she saw as quickly as she can before it fades away.
So bold to assume we make it to the other side.
But just as quick as the image is there, it is gone, and each of you finds yourself on the other side.
Does
In
that flash?
darkness.
Oh, sorry.
With occasional sunlight coming in through holes in ceiling and walls as you find yourself inside of some ruins.
Oh.
Oh, goody.
Is there any recollection of what vision that just flashed? Any recognition of a gray-skinned, glowing-eyed figure? Given my encounters of the past.
It does not appear anything similar to what you've encountered, no.
As soon as everyone else is on the other side, Philomene will hold up whatever she managed to sketch in time and say, "So am I the only one who saw this?"
Was it just an instant? Like, did you just like fucking dot matrix like?
Take like just a quick sketch as fast as she can on the paper.
This one glimpsed something as well.
That looks somewhat familiar.
Did you?
I saw that as I was going through as well.
It might be a warning. History check or kind of something just to see if I have any idea what's going on here. Or is that just a no sell right now?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Nope.
Oh.
It's definitely scratching a memory, but you can't place it right now. It's just escaping you.
Oh. I think I've seen this before somewhere. Read about it. I just can't remember. It's right there.
I feel like I've seen plenty of flags, insignias, and banners people have worn or waved of grasping the world. After all, isn't that what we're trying to do?
Seeing as no one seems to recognize Philomene will just take whatever little time she can to polish up her sketch and then just hand it over to Yozora since he seems the knowledgeable one.
There's an inscription. Okay.
having found ourselves in this new space, I'm gonna do my favorite thing. Favorite thing to ask.
I think that's both of us, though.
What does it smell like here? How's the air? What's it like? Is it dark, musty, dusty ruins? Is it fresh, dank?
It's some stale ruins. It seems like, this section, at least that you're in at the moment, hasn't really been disturbed that much. It's, again, very dark inside. There are these areas at the end where, like, the large section of the walls have collapsed. There are holes in the walls, for instance, where sunlight is coming through, and you can see beyond it the grass and the greenery outside. So you're smelling a lot of dust, a lot of probably some mold,
sediment,
being that you're, inside of a place where greenery grows and there's humidity.
Okay, all right, yeah, all right. So none of that, like, nothing peculiar about the air like there was in the Way Between Worlds, where it's kind of that ozone smell.
Yeah, nothing like that at all. This is definitely a functioning, living, breathing world, at least insofar as you can tell.
Terrestrial.
Feels like a real relief for one who leans.
Oh yeah, trust.
Just double checking. You said we were in darkness, right?
Yeah, it is largely dark around you. Again, like I said, you've got these areas where there's holes in the wall where light is coming in and you can see out of it.
Okay, perception check just to see what's going on around us?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Gosh, I would love to make up for that.
Well,
by
I
all
don't
means.
see biscuits, apparently. I can see through the darkness, but I'm not seeing anything of note.
All right.
But if you want to show that, you can right-click it and then show us. I don't know if you did that on purpose or not.
I didn't mean to, no. Well, actually, no, that one is a different thing. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
That is for my curiosity.
Oh, yeah. One of
Ah,
those.
crap.
Meanwhile, Philemy is just focusing on completing her sketch as much as she can to hand over
By all
to
means.
Yazara.
All right, so
Send of one who leans are eagle-eyed on the area.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of
Start
one who leans.
walking forward a little.
The two of you
Looking around.
get a very good sense of your surroundings as you kind of move towards these openings and peer out.
And listen, of course.
Put an ear to the wind, give a listen. You hear, first of all, the sounds of voices nearby, so you're definitely not
Oh.
alone. They appear to be humanoid, because they might not necessarily be human, but they appear to be humanoid voices. You don't hear any sort of screeching or clicking or clacking, so there's no insectoids or other non-humanoid types.
Like a clear lens.
So
where
yeah,
it's being spoken.
we're talking voice box, vocal cords, and all
Yep,
that.
yep.
Yeah.
You can't really make out what they're saying because they're not exactly being loud. They're kind of just, talking amongst themselves, but you can hear them. So you know there's individuals in the area. You know you're not alone.
Just a slight little stage walla.
Yeah. And let me reveal the map then.
Hey. I'd also like to proceed quietly, in a clandestine fashion.
So as you start peering around, you get a better sense of the area. You definitely know you're in some ancient ruins. This building, it seems to be part of a larger complex. There's some trees up ahead. Beyond it, there's another section of ruin. Over here, there's a section of ruins. And go ahead and roll your stealth if you want to stealth up.
Pew.
I will do that.
Okay. As you step out, Silda.
Mm-hmm.
Helps if I'm using the right tool. You notice the individuals over here. They've got what looks to be like a fire here where they're cooking something or boiling something at least. You got a few individuals just kind of sitting around every once in a while laughing. There's one up here that seems to kind of just be walking around.
Okay. So you say laughing. They seem to be having a jovial conversation. They appear
Yeah.
to be carrying themselves in an unguarded fashion.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't appear at the moment as if they feel they might be under any immediate threat or duress. They're kind of just chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
B-ball outside is cool.
You're welcome.
I was gonna try to figure out like a relevant rhyme, but
Yes,
I'm
yes,
far too
are.
pressed for that.
Filling me. He's gone already.
Is there any uniformity to their garb?
Not really, other than I suppose the general shabbiness of it all. They all appear
Okay.
to be wearing kind of very weathered clothing. They've definitely been out in the elements for a while. They certainly are not individuals that, from what you can tell from this distance, they're not individuals that likely bathe very regularly.
Okay. Do I get more the impression of hunters or raiders?
From this vantage point and this just quick a glance, it's
Hard to tell.
not easy to tell.
Can I make an insight check?
Absolutely.
Oh, good. Yay. You spoil me, I swear.
Your insight check as you're giving them a watch. You hear something else coming from over here behind these large sections of ruin.
Oh, incidentally, I realized I have observant, which means I can read lips. If that helps.
It lets you know that, like, at least like this guy who's definitely facing your direction, this homie right here who's probably at least within your line of sight. This one's got his back to you, and this one's kind of blocked by the rocks, really, so they're harder for you to get a read on. But these two, they're definitely talking about what they've been up to, how impressed they were, how happy they were with how successful everything was. They're talking about making it back to a nearby village before they make their way back to what they seem to consider home.
Okay. So they speak common.
Yeah.
Yes, they are all in fact speaking in common.
Fantastic. That is very helpful information.
But
Yes,
yes,
sir.
your insight check. You noticed something over here that you might need to get a little bit closer for you to see. It is currently blocked by the large section of ruins, but you notice something over here that will probably give you a little bit more insight for sure into what they're actually up to.
Well, a spider dove will, of course, be in the trees.
Am I also hearing the same dialogue as well? That
Yep, you can hear them talking over here in common for sure.
How many
Again, they're talking
branches?
in just kind of like close, jovial tones, just real comfortable with each other. Every once in a while, you hear them talk about, the boss and how impressed they were, and they hope the boss is impressed as well.
Boss.
should I do an insight check as well on this area as well?
Not yet. Hold on to that.
Mhm.
Dove, as you climb this tree and you get a better vantage point, you see someone here that appears to be laying down.
Bound.
And they do not appear as if they are doing anything willingly. They are very much bound and on the ground and seem to kind of just be squirming and struggling.
Ah, traffickers on every planet. Fantastic. I guess I would say world, and it's not the concept. No matter where we go, there are some things you can count on.
And that's about the point where Philomene is done with with polishing his sketch and stashes it or hands it over to Yozora and starts paying attention a bit more.
I'm gonna take out a piece of paper and whatever ink I have left over from Yozora's generous donation. Actually, I might not have given the bottle back. I'm gonna.
If you haven't, you owe me a bottle of ink.
Oh, yeah, you can hold me to that. I trust that immediately. But I'm gonna write a little note onto a piece of paper that says, what do I I say about this? I'm gonna say we are in the company of kidnappers. I'm prepared to establish the upper hand. Give me a signal. And I'll affix that to one of my arrows. And short bow it.
Right into one of Leeds' head.
Right into Thunk. Right
Thunk.
right over here. Tink, tink. Oh.
We got a cow in the way.
Uh-oh.
Do I see the arrow sailing my way?
I will try not to. Oh, it's a little hard to dodge an arrow, especially on a cow. But I will try not to injure one of my teammates in the process.
So as all of you are here looking out, One Who Leans, Yozora, Philemy, you hear the sound of an arrow clattering to the ground.
I'm gonna pick it up.
It has the message that Dove wrote.
Okay.
This one understands.
Okay, since I'm guessing we just got told that. Quick question, just kind of want to make sure I'm understanding the layout here. Is basically right here. My cursor's not responding because if I push to talk.
Oh, sorry, real quick. I would have also liked to have noted the number that I've seen so far.
Okay.
One to the I trust north, and 4 to the east.
Okay. So my question is, are these the ruins solid here? Like, I gotta let go of my mic. Yeah, right there.
Yep, that is a solid wall. This is a solid wall. Right here in front of basically One Who Leans and yourself, this is open wall where it looks like it's collapsed at one point or another. There's open wall here, solid wall below you, and solid wall here.
Before everybody starts moving, I'm gonna say, Yozora, follow me. This one recommends caution. Please, take your positions.
Philemy will have moved just to the edge of the shadows of the wall.
Okay, I'm gonna try something that's like, let's try diplomacy first, and at least that may catch them off guard if this is actually a villainous issue here.
Oh, wonderful.
No, it lets me get close enough to cast fairy fire on them if necessary.
Oh,
Yeah, and Philemy is aware of how impulsive she and Bond can be, so she's saying in the shadow but just at the hedge, ready to jump out and into action if need be.
We know nothing of the situation. However, this one trusts Seldov's assessment. It will make the first move. But
and then,
please,
sorry.
do not kill those people, as this one wishes to interrogate them.
Oh.
While that's going on, Wither is kind of climbing up the opposite tree.
Quick question, Lolo.
Yep.
Does One Who Leans lips move when you speak?
Yes.
Okay. So
But
if
it's half a mouth.
Oh shit. So if I have eyes on you, I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, time to go play the distraction so everybody can, get an attack of opportunity or something.
Real quick.
Above table, my plan is to open by casting sleep.
Oh hell yes. Okay, if I clock that you say something like that, then fucking awesome. But can I tell from that inside check, like, who appears to be the most, like, strapped? Like, who might look like he's in charge of this little party? If not the boss that they're referring to, but...
Probably not, unfortunately.
Okay.
Not very well. Like, you might be able to try and guess, but it literally just be a guess. Now, before you move or anything, before you do anything else, we're going to call it there.
Oh, fuck! I wanted to prepare a fucking action. Okay, yeah.
Because the fresh breath of air, the infusion of the atmosphere, and of being once more on a living, breathing world, has granted each of you a level.
Yeah.
Yes! Oh, I'm taking a
I
shot.
have one of my cousins on my shoulder now.
So, before we get into anything, which will be next week,
Oh, God.
you guys got a chance to level up.
Fuck yes.
Nice.
Finally, I broke the seal on a fucking level 3 rogue so I can take my class. Gentlemen, to a productive session. Cheers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers that. Finish off.
That
my-
was fun.
That was plenty fun for a session.
Oh, goodness. And Lola, I hope a little bit of that conversation sort of made up for the missed opportunity for RP last time. Man, it was so
Yeah,
good
I
to
mean,
have you.
there's going to be plenty more of political RP.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure of it.
Ah, sweet. I
We
get-
were
I get
promised.
another spell.
We were certainly
Nice.
promised. This was very good. Yes.
Oh,
I get the first benefits of my own.
since you've obviously noticed their prisoner, I'll go ahead and reveal their token names.
Nice. His name, prisoner.
Yeah, I'm just like, because we don't know what's going on. Logically, it's like, okay, maybe
He looks
something
like a
got
Shan.
misread.
He looks kind of like a Shan to me, I say from my tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like a Shan. Like a Shan. Heim? No. Maybe... Maybe Ham. Yeah, probably Ham.
Because we don't know what's going on, so before we start murdering people, I'd like to talk to them.
Yeah,
But-
my character's,
but
my
I
character's
also-
chaotic good, so it's like there's good in the damn title. I'm going to at least try
Yeah.
You do
diplomacy.
your best.
But
Yeah,
I also want the upper hand.
I'm pretty sure you've sussed out my alignment by now, if I haven't told you directly. What the fuck, kitty? She
I am
knocked my
the
Metroid
most
down.
chaotic
God damn it.
lawful good you'll ever meet.
Sorry, what? Did you just
I said,
motherfucking say lawful?
I
I'm
am technically
paladin.
lawful good too.
I'm a paladin. I'm the most chaotic lawful good you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I guess you are, but like, what? Yeah, well, yes, exactly. I mean, you don't have to be. Yeah, well, I don't. You don't have to be lawful to be a paladin. This is 5th edition, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's
like,
my logic here again is that we don't know what's going on. For all we know, that prisoner over there is, I don't know. a
at the very
war
least,
criminal.
yeah, you probably know it's consensual, right?
Yeah, but they cannot lie to me. So,
Dove knows what consensual bondage looks like, and non-consensual bondage look like.
So basically, the plan is to get into a position where we have control of the situation and then get the information.
like, talk to them. They're going to be hopefully focusing on Yozora, who has an escape method if necessary.
Good. Yeah, you got your Misty Step. Dove is definitely he's definitely knocking an arrow and drawing a bead on the guy to the north because he's clearly kind of a rogue element. I mean, well, he looks like a rogue element. So I'm trying to get rid of
But that also gives me the
Straight one.
chance to, if that. Obviously, we know it's going to, out of metagaming, we know this is going to go south real
Yeah,
quick.
butt table.
But, hey, maybe we can't. Maybe we can avoid that.
Yeah, hey, you know, it's a
Absolutely,
diplomacy mission,
so-
right?
And Philomene is just all ready to charge right out of the shadows as the most imposing figure as she can be.
Oh my!
Bob,
I'm
thank
looking
you so
through
much.
the
This is
stuff
a
I'm
wonderful
having.
session. I hope that we made it easy for you. I know you're not feeling well.
It was a very good time. Like I said, I've been looking forward to this for so long. Just getting you guys to the world, getting you guys level 3 finally. So that
Oh
was
my
that was
God.
nice. I was very happy.
Oh my God,
that
Heck
happened.
yeah, level 3.
I feel so,
I'm so-
indulged twice in a row. It's first off, you give me a tiefling to fuck, and then you give me level 3. Oh my God!
Yeah.
I should just make another wish.
I'm just glad that it's like the little BS I was pulling with magic and knowledge I'm pulling out of my ass is like I'm being allowed to do this. But again, like I said earlier, if I go too far, please stop me.
No, by all means. If you overstep or if there's something that you would absolutely have no idea about, I will let you know.
Oh yeah, always
But
trust
you
the
are
DM
the
to.
only one in the party that would have any potential knowledge of what a mind flayer or an illithid might be.
Yeah, you
I
can,
Even
the mind-
Philomene would not know about that.
I figured I'd go with Mind Flayer because I think out of game they're a little more well known off the top of my head. I'm a little out of date on that.
yeah, they've been to the Underdark, so like, yeah, it's in the prime material, at least on Faerun or whatever. I don't know necessarily about the World of Doors.
They are a
How that
thing.
runs.
Yeah.
I fully expect by the end of this you will understand a little bit more about them.
Oh,
Oh,
DM
crap.
has mind players in mind for us. Oh my god, I cannot see this coming.
Yeah, but it's like I'm
How
trying
can he
again.
do
I
this?
started out an intelligence-based character who spent a lot of time in the family library.
Dude, one of my best characters, in fact, the character that Lolo spoiled the most in this one shot that we ran is Vulen, a divination wizard, who, like, is very knowledge-based. He's a teacher. So, like, that kind of character can be frustrating for a DM, or, like, a very good open door for delivering lore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm hoping for. But like I said, I'm not. This is my first time I've ever actually really in D&D specifically played an intelligent-based character. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm allowed to pull because
Hmm.
a smart character in Mutants and Masterminds is a lot different than what I can pull here.
And it's always been my dream to free an illithid from an elder brain.
Have I seen that? Did they do that in Crit Roll? Was Clarotha
No,
that?
I don't think
No, I don't think it was free. No, that's right. It had like a tiara or circlet or whatever that allowed it to communicate with the party, but it was still,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was still in service. Right, that was good.
It was complicated. I remember that. I've got a campaign I've been trying to set up for my own 5e. I'm stealing that character, but I'm actually making him a halfway decent person.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have a very simple thing. Is like, hey, not all. There's no pure good, no pure evil. Yin yang. There's always going to be something. This race over here is supposed to be pure evil.
Indeed.
There's going to be an outlier or 5.
Yeah, speaking of which, I'm sure you've sussed out Saildev's alignment by now, at least above table. For those I
I've
haven't
got
told
a-
explicitly.
I've got a fairly good idea, but I'm trying to avoid the metagaming, the
Yeah.
bullshit. That's not stuff that I'm supposed to know.
Yeah, exactly. Because really, it's not y'all's fucking business, you know?
Exactly.
Whatever
It's like-
one
it's-
party member decides to tell another, it's their business.
Yeah.
He's
That's
got he's got teapot alignment.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Whoa! Half teapot. Half teapot.
Half teapot.
But it's
Oh,
like, it's like going
not
back
full
to
teapot.
earlier.
You never go full teapot.
Yeah, when you and the tiefling had your first, when we first all met up and we were talking Infernal, I have got my notes now for, I know, character doesn't know that you speak Infernal, but now I can, it's like, my character knows that
Now
because we
we've
had
spoken.
a conversation.
Yes.
And let's be honest, alignment is
It's
oh,
acting notes.
simple. It's a guideline because
Exactly.
if you get down to mentality and ethics, it's never that clear cut.
Oh, of course, yes. This isn't fucking, this isn't chainmail, right? This isn't.
Yeah.
I have one character
This
that I'll
isn't
never
pure
get to play
Gygax.
because I have one character that I'll never get to play because their past and their backstory is just way. It steps over way too many lines that nobody would want to play with, but
Try me.
but
You
like
have my
basically
interest.
the
Yeah, right?
they would
You got
basically
Slappy and Lolo
distribute
here at the table. We're interested.
that character would basically land straight into the evil alignment, a lawful, neutral.
Oh wait, I think we
kill
talked
thing.
about this.
But they are not in any way actually evil. They're just trying to live the best way they can, and they're a survivor of some kind.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this before. Unless I'm thinking somebody else.
Or
About, like, advantages taken.
I know for a fact I never spoke about that character because
Okay.
that's not a character I'm never ever bringing into any kind of game.
Okay.
Their backstory touches way
Yeah.
too many dark subjects. Like
You-
they can nobody
I
wants
don't know.
to touch.
Yeah, you'd have to
I
go
know.
to one of Lolo's DM'd games. Probably
Even
not
then,
Sweet
I'm
Baby
sure-
Ironmog.
And I'm not sure. Like I don't even want to bring what
I'm
the
sure.
subjects are so much. They
I'm
are.
sure Mug could handle it.
Yeah, but we would
But
tarnish his
maybe
reputation.
it's a matter of the players. It's a matter of respect to the players.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I
I've
mean-
already, even in level heads, I've already kind of hit. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for sticking around for the aftercare, because we're still streaming.
Yeah.
So, I definitely
All the
appreciate it.
time.
And
We're having
for,
fun. We're
for
having
folks
fun
out there,
just talking. I
yeah,
think that works.
aftercare is important. You know, you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you do this
exactly.
Aftercare afterwards. The DM needs aftercare too. Don't forget.
Yeah.
The DM,
I mean,
the
hell,
Dom,
I'm
the
over here
DM.
looking at my spell list now.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's
I've
it's so
been-
easy
Yeah,
for
I
a rogue.
get-
The rogue just has to
looking
click level
already.
up and it's done, and then roll a die,
get-
roll a fucking die and fail horribly, and have fucking 15 hit points next level.
Yeah, I get my druid circle. It's gonna be cool.
Actually, I guess I can fucking do that now. Yeah. But
Gonna be shepherd.
yeah, like Dark Top.
Oh,
Oops,
gosh, I've
took
got
a
my
breath.
hunter already in place, and I've got a doozy of a thing to help.
And yeah, but like as far as character alignment goes, I'll allow anything. And I went full teapot on Sleppy's game.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I went full blown evil.
It was chaotic evil. It was cartoonishly, cacklingly, like Cobra Commander, Skeletor, Mumra, fucking cacklingly evil.
That's the good shit.
I cannot believe how long that fucker stayed in the party.
I know, right?
Like, they just kept putting it... Because, credit to my players, they're trying not to kick Lolo off the table. So I get it. It's, you don't want to have the inter-party conflict, and that's a reason why not a lot of DMs allow evil characters in a good party, a good/neutral party. In fact, some DMs don't even allow neutral, because that can create conflict that apparently they're not prepared to handle, and I call that a weak DM. But, who am I to judge? A good DM, that's whom. Oh, shit. Well, an evil character can work. You just have to have a party that's prepared for it. But I can tell that my party was trying not to boot Lolo because my homie here is a great player, and they didn't want to be like, all right, your guest character's finished now, get the fuck out, because we're sick of your fucking teapot antics. But I had to remind them. I was like, listen, I want y'all to just take your characters in consideration first. Lolo wrote this character with the intent to not last long. I'm not going to tell you to do anything. I'm just going to say, you've been great at party etiquette. Don't worry about it. We have backups if we want to keep them at the table, which, oh my god, we do. So, do what you gotta do. And it still took a few months for anyone to be like, I think I'm about done with this one.
Yeah, the fact that they were letting me get away with literal murder.
I'm about to say, almost literal murder.
That allowed me to push it, and that was really enjoyable.
It is fun to have that dynamic.
But not to toot my own horn, but I had to be smart about it.
Of course.
To do stuff that was in line with what the party wanted and the objectives and stuff, but also did my evil shit on the side.
That makes a lot of sense because, given the fact that you were a teapot, you were at the party's mercy. So if there's a character who is chaotic evil and is trying to pull the same thing, but they're still a full-bodied lich, they're still very capable of acting on their own, then they can say, fuck this shit, I'm out.
No, if you want to play a completely evil character, there has to be something that makes it work with the party.
Oh yeah, manipulators, abusers, gaslighters.
Yeah, I went with being dependent on them, which is usually works fine. There's other ways. There's hidden motives.
Oh yeah.
There's
that going on in Level Heads currently.
Yeah.
I mean, God, I can't help it. I gotta say it in public because I'm gonna say, you, Lolo, sussed out something very important in Level Heads, and you are 100% correct.
I'm fully aware.
Oh, then yeah.
But Anarilla can't really formulate thoughts about that. Yeah.
So I appreciate your attention. But to see a character be so brutally evil, there's got to be something that still anchors them to the party. Yeah. And you've done that very right. Because evil takes many forms, and evil is often convinced it's good.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely.
My take on it, if I was ever to play an evil character, I haven't yet, but still, if I was trying to join a good party, it's, hey, yeah, the threat over there is actually a threat to me. I hate you all, I want to kill you all, but I need you alive till we kill that thing.
Enemy mine. Yeah, definitely. And like there was one kind of like really basic plan I had to see about working a very evil character into a good party, is basically somebody who, basically a fucking alpha dickhead, who just appreciates strength above all else, and he wants to be the strongest. And whenever he sees some despot like inflicting harm upon some little hamlet somewhere, he says, "What the fuck is this weak sauce shit?" And is like, "Alright, only pussies pick on the weak, alright? You have to pick on the strong. Come here, bitch!"
Yeah.
It's real bare bones, but it's the formulation of a justification for an evil party to get along with a good one. An evil character to get along with a good party.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good deal. Good session. Thank you guys
Definitely.
very much for playing.
There we go.
I hope you had some fun. I had a very good time.
Too.
Like I said, I was very excited. I'm happy to get you guys just to the world. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we finally got boots
I
on ground.
just
Hell
realized
yeah.
something. I was looking through my skills, but then I remembered I got that one equipment thing. It's like, oh, right. Hex. There's my next spell.
Oh yeah, because Mog. Oh, sometimes you spoil us, I swear. But then you walk it back with how brutal of encounters you send at us. Because like
That's
your
for
stuff
sure.
is your stuff is very video gamey, in that it's very like thoroughly thought out. It's kind of idiot proofed.
I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. I that's my goal. That's my hope. I have always wanted to try and make combat, especially in D&D, more interactive, dynamic, and video game like.
Yeah, because like what I find from combat, like the way I run games is that combat is kind of a necessary evil between role-playing sessions. But you take a lot of your fucking brain meats and slap it down on the table and say, "Here's how I plan this out. Deal with it."
I also
Figure it out.
appreciate that. I also appreciate that combat in a way is sort of intellectual or puzzle-like.
Very much, yes. Like you not only plan what the monsters built. Well, okay, you've done it in several ways, where you plan out number of turns before they shift phases, and with the environment as well, like the beams that were in that spooky session down in the basement with the second hunt we did, and the rage, the restrained rage and untamed fury, or whatever it was called, where we have to plan out like guaranteed damage, so we're on a timer, and the revenge damage that we had to plan around. So big risks
And
that were
outrun,
taken.
for that matter.
God damn.
You mean the thing where we almost exploded?
We almost got fucking turned to goddamn giblets. Yes, we almost
I
got
was sort of-
fucking insta-gibbed if we didn't
when that
kill
was
it.
coming up, I was like, I'm over here like, plan. What do I have for a plan? Crap. I think I got an idea, but can I make it work?
Just
Crap.
hit it!
Yeah, it's not so. Even when it's just where we just have to go full ham, it's not just use your most powerful abilities. There's a strategy here to follow.
Exactly. And that was
There's
followed.
mechanics to respect. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's
this
synergy,
was,
it's teamwork. So your encounters are mwah,
Yeah, that
They
was
are-
great.
quite good, because they demanded teamwork. We only got out of that as unscathed as we did because I'm so pretty. I mean, because
I mean, that-
honestly,
yeah.
because Yozora put fairy fire on that fucker, and it made everything like it gave so many opportunities for crits, and it made the damage like quintuple, basically.
It was such a good move, yeah.
Hey, that's like started out a character for support. My job is to make it so people hit things easier.
Fuck yes, support is one of my favorite roles to play. That's why Glorious.
Same.
Well, that's one of the reasons that Glorious is my favorite character. Also, because he's a fucking fanboy tiefling slut, and naturally. But yes, support is the best. Support's the fucking
And
best because you
that's
can.
one of the things I look for when I'm making characters like this. Is like, okay, what roles do we have? We've got a healer over there, but Do we have somebody that can,
An incredible healer. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just like,
Oh no,
we don't
yeah.
need a cleric.
Like, that's
We don't
another
need a
example of how
rogue.
Mog is spoiling us.
Yeah. It's like we don't need a cleric, we don't need a rogue, we don't need a paladin or a tanky person over there. So I can pull out this character. I'm basically, well, at least with my mental setup for this, is I'm the support artillery. I set up the support, and then I'm nuking their asses from across the map.
Fuck yes. And in fact, that was Vulan as well, because a divination wizard isn't there for DPS. I mean,
Yeah,
wizards
true.
wizards always hit really hard when they hit. You know, when they cast disintegration on you, well, get fucked.
Ouch.
But divination, God, divination wizard must be so fucking frustrating for a DM, because it's like, actually, you rolled a 12. So good. Anyway, sorry. The aftercare is going so long because I'm starting to drink. So
That's fine. That's fine. I can stick around. Also,
I'm still here. I got nothing to do for the rest of the night.
I want to let Mog go so he can go get some rest. He's not feeling well.
No, that's true. That
Good
is
point.
true.
Yeah.
If you need to go, Mog, and take care of yourself, go and do it. You need to recover.
I
So-
mean, yeah, by all means. If you guys want to hang out, keep chatting, feel free. I will, at that point, take that, and I will bow out and say thank you again for playing. Thank you for joining my games. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for
I
running.
I will have a question for you later, though, about some things.
By all means, by all means. Like I said, you've got until next session to worry about level ups. If you have questions or anything, just feel free to hit me up.
I'll assume that there's not much for us to discuss from our usual little teaching session after the game, so we'll just talk next time. You
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go take care of yourself.
So,
Have a
before
good
you go,
one, Mog.
folks
Take care
in
of
chat,
yourself.
thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciated. And, you know, folks who are watching the YouTube recording, you know, watching the VOD after the fact. I'm trying not to fuck up the layout. So great. So, we will see you all next time. I'll be doing karaoke on Az's stream. Asriel, I'll post the link for y'all later if you want to come hang out and do some karaoke. But I'll be doing that later on. But until then, we'll stick around in Discord and have some chat. So thank you so much. I won't send you on a raid because I don't fucking feel like it. So we'll see you next time, next Friday. Well, of course, come back tomorrow for Storm Riders D&D, and then Sunday for Level Heads. If things go poorly, I'll be hungover for both. So enjoy that. But thank you so much for stopping by. And until next time, push to talk. Stay easy.